The Old Man and the Can, made possible by J.W. Wallis. The old man steadied himself on the pantry door frame, fingers brushing the worn wood the way a pianist might touch familiar keys before beginning a long-loved song. The board still bore the faint scratches his 10-year-old self had carved with a pocket knife's secret marks that once seemed like a rebellion, but now felt like a signature from someone he no longer quite remembered. It was strange, he thought, how a house could stay the same while a man changed in ways he never planned. The afternoon light slanted through the kitchen window, dust drifting in lazy spirals, making everything look dipped in honey. He had come in here looking for, well, he wasn't sure anymore. Not food, not really. It was more like he was searching for the echo of something sweet he used to know. When he was a boy, sweetness had been an adventure. His mother kept the pantry stocked the way a soldier holds a bunker, tight, orderly, because waste was a luxury they didn't have. Still, on rare afternoons, when the ache for something sugary gnawed at him, he'd sneak in, open the little tin with the sugar, and mix it with the powdered chocolate his father used for Saturday morning biscuits. Stirring the gritty mixture in a chipped white bowl felt almost ceremonial. He remembered crouching on the cool tile, shoveling it into his mouth with his fingers when he was too excited to find a spoon. Back then, the world waited for him. Now, time seemed to sprint ahead, leaving him to jog behind, trying to catch his breath. He inhaled deeply, the pantry smelling of old wood, onions, and things long forgotten. That's when he realized why he felt so restless. It wasn't hunger, it was desperation, a feeling that life was slipping faster than he could take it in. Those days were marching by while he stood still, like a spectator at his own life. He stepped deeper into the pantry, bracing himself on the shelves as if they might steady the uncertainty stirring inside him. Then he saw it. A single, rusting, dented can of condensed milk sat shoved against the back wall. Its label was faded, the once bright picture now only a blur of cream and gold. The metal was pocked with tiny rust freckles that gave it the look of something that had lived a long, hard life, much like the man holding it. He reached for it slowly, almost reverently. It felt heavy in his hand, heavier than a can should feel. He tilted it, searching for an expiration date, but the numbers had surrendered to time. "No date left on you," he whispered, "and I suppose mine isn't so clear either." The words caught in his throat. He remembered his mother boiling cans of condensed milk on the stove for hours, the sweet smell thickening in the air until it felt like a promise hovering above the simmering pot. How he'd wait, nose pressed against the edge of the counter, while his mother warned him again and again not to touch the can after it came out. "It's been through the fire," she'd say. "It needs time to cool, or it'll hurt you." Funny, he thought, how things going through fire became sweeter, richer, transformed. He carried the can to the kitchen table and sat down slowly, feeling the familiar creak in his knees, the kind that reminded him age was no polite visitor. It barged in uninvited and rearranged the furniture. He turned the can in his hands, noticing each dent, each rusted spot. The wear on the metal felt like a story, a biography written in pressure and heat, just like his own life. He remembered the seasons he thought would break him, the long nights waiting for the doctor's call, the year work dried up and bills stacked like sandbags, the funerals that left him hollower than any hunger ever had, the disappointments that simmered longer than they should have, the joys that surprised him like sudden sunshine after rain, every pressure, every fire. And now, holding this forgotten can, he realized he was no longer the raw, simple sweetness of a child mixing sugar and chocolate. Life had boiled him, simmered him, dented him, and rusted him in places, but maybe, just maybe, he had been caramelizing all along. He smiled, the kind of smile that only comes after decades of learning things the hard way. A smile with lines at the edges, lines earned, not regretted. He stood, placed the can gently back onto its shelf, not hiding it this time but giving it a place of honor. As he traced his hand along the pantry wall, he felt a surprising warmth in his chest. Not sadness, not longing, something sweeter. "I guess this is the sweetest season yet," he said softly. The pantry was quiet, but it felt like it agreed with him. And for the first time that day, for the first time in a long while, the old man didn't feel like life was passing him by. He felt like he had arrived.